How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is Drew from Blackluster Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm going to show you my deck out of the Noble Knight box. I haven't added too many cards to this deck. I haven't had this deck long, but I haven't added too many cards, and I've taken out some of them, so you'll notice that. So for our Xyz and Synchros, you have a Sacred Noble Knight of King Atrahasis. That's a really good Xyz, and then you have just the little King Atrahasis, and then you have your Ignoble Knight of Black Launcelin, which is a very good Synchro to get out. These guys are basically your moneymaker when it comes to the duels. You're going to want to get materials to summon them, and then you're going to want to get some equip spells on them, and it'll be pretty good from them. I'm going to go through the monsters fairly quickly because they're not incredibly important to the deck. The spells are the moneymakers. But you're going to want to run 3 Merlin. Merlin is pivotal in this deck. It is one of the most dynamic cards you can have in the deck, the most dynamic card. And it basically can summon any Noble Knight card from your deck if you use it correctly, and you're going to want to run 3 of this. Next, you have a card called Gwenhifar. Gwenhifar is very good. You're going to want to get a Foolish Burial, send her to the grave, get a Dark Monster out. You can simply special summon from the grave, equip to that Dark Monster, and destroy one of your opponent's monsters in the battle phase. Very good card to have. Next, you have Noble Knight Brothers. I did not get this from the box. I got it off a trade, but it is a very, very good card to have. Its defense is incredible for a 4-star monster, 2400 defense, and also it opens up some summoning too. Next, you have, I'm just going to go through these fairly quickly, a Grepher, Gwalchavad. These cards are pretty good. They have some okay effects. You can get them out. They're not that good. One for each is fine. Next, you have a very good card, Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler you can just use for whatever you need. It's a fantastic card. Next, you have the second most important monster in the deck, Noble Knight Boars. Boars is so good. It can get lots of equip spells from your deck and send them to your hand, so you're going to want to run 2 to 3 of these. Next, we have a Noble Knight Iktar. It's a very good 5-star card, and very good for summoning your Sacred Noble Knight of King Atrahasis. Next, we have Noble Knight Bedweir. It doesn't do much, but it's another one of those cards that has an okay effect and okay attack that can get you some. Next, we have Dawn Knight. Dawn Knight is also a good card for the Foolish Burial play to send to the grave, and it has a very good grave effect in which if you send it from your deck to the graveyard, you can target 1 light monster in your graveyard, place that target on the top of your deck, and you can only use one Dawn Knight effect per turn, so that's a pretty good card. 1 to 2 of those should be fine. This is the most important monster in the Noble Knight deck. It is Noble Knight Medrot. It opens up so many plays. It is literally the best card to have in this deck, monster-wise. If you have it with an equip spell, it can easily summon a level 5. It becomes a level 5 and a dark monster, so you can easily get your Sacred out, and then your Sacred can just get the equip spells from your deck to onto it. So run 3 of those. Next, you have Ignoble Knight of Black Launcelin. This is a very good 5-star card. It opens up some plays, and it's also good for getting your Sacred Noble Knight up. Next, we have a Dristan. Dristan's a pretty good card with a pretty good effect. 1800 attack, but its effect, your opponent cannot target monsters under 1800 attack, so pretty good card. Next, we have Perdurer, in which it's just another one of those beefy cards, 1900 attack. It's pretty good. One of those is fine. Next, we have, this has won me a lot of duels, Honest. Honest, you know what Honest does. It saved me. Very, very good card. Next, we have, or I think this is our last monster. Yep. Our last monster is Noble Knight Gawain. The way to summon this, if you have a normal light monster out, you can special summon it from the hand. So that's pretty good to have. It's got a 1900 attack, which is pretty decent. Now to the spells. The spells make this deck, and they're the best part of this deck. We have Noble Knight Arfidutor. So what Arf does is you can basically take out a set card, and it's pretty good. You're going to want to run 1 of those, maybe 2. Next, we have Excalibur. Excalibur is a good card. It can make some plays out of the graveyard for synchro summoning, and it can also protect your monster from card effects, which is pretty good. Next, I have 2 Gallatins. Gallatins, it basically just beefs your monster's attack. by 1,000, but every turn it loses some attack, but it's not that bad. It's a pretty good card. Next, we have the best Noble Knight equip spell in the deck. It's saved me plenty of times. We have Noble Knight Destiny. So, or Noble Arms of Destiny, I'm sorry. It is the best equip spell in the deck. It saves your monster from anything, whether it's attack, effects, anything like that. You're going to want to run 2 to 3 of those, probably 3 though. Next, we have Noble Arms Caliburn. This will also beef its attack by 500, and each of your standby phases you'll gain an additional 500 attack, so that'll help. Next, we have, this did not come in the box, but I got it off a trade, and it's helped me a lot. It's called Magnum Shield. What I primarily use it for is if I get my Big King out, it has 2200 attack and 2200 defense, which is super vital. Magnum Shield will take its defense and add on to its attack. So I can usually get him to 5400 attack if I also have a Gallatin on him. So Magnum Shield's a great card to run in this deck. Next, we have our field spell, Noble Knights of the Round Table. If you have a lot of Noble Knight monsters in your graveyard, this opens up a lot of things to do with it. Pretty good card. Next, this has saved me plenty of times. Last chapter of the Noble Knights. If you have nothing and your opponent's just summoning and summoning and summoning, just cast this, activate this spell, and you can get a Noble Knight attack, or a Noble Knight monster and an equip spell with it, and it's very, very good. So what Swords at Dawn does is you can go to your graveyard and target one equip spell and one appropriate monster on the field and get that. It's a good save. It's a quick play too, so that'll help. Next, we have Release Restraint Wave. What it does is you can target one face-up equip card and destroy it. Then your opponent's entire back row is destroyed. It'll definitely help you. Next, we have Book of Moon. Book of Moon. Say your opponent special summons a crazy good monster. Just cast a Book of Moon and set it automatically in face-down defense position. That'll save you a turn. You'll be fine. Next, we have Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial, I either go into Dawn Knight or Gwennyfar. But it's a great card. You know what it does. Sends a card from your deck to the graveyard, and it helps tremendously in this deck. Okay, now you're going to want to run a Rhoda in this deck. It is fantastic to have in the deck. All of your Noble Knight monsters are warriors, and you can just get one from your deck. It's a lifesaver. Next, we have a Forbidden Lance. Forbidden Lance will save you. Say, Forbidden Lance. It's a great card. You're gonna want to have it in the deck. That's the spells in this deck, and I only run 2 traps. And I don't even really need to. I just like the cards. But we have a Malevolent Catastrophe and a Torrential Tribute. Torrential Tribute, if your opponent summons, just destroy all the cards in the field. And Malevolent Catastrophe, when an opponent declares an attack, just destroy their entire back row. It's a very good card to have for the Noble Knights. Alright guys, that is my deck profile of the Noble Knights. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a good day.